What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react to something my president, Donald Trump, said about 2 weeks ago when Trump met with the Norwegian Prime Minister here in the United States. It says the unpredictable Donald Trump seemed to be on his best behavior when he welcomed Norway's Prime Minister Jonas Gahr Støre and Jens Stoltenberg to the White House. And apparently, this has a lot of Norwegians kind of scratching your head, kind of like confused a bit. Like, what is this about? It says Trump was friendly and hospitable. And it also says this wasn't like the Trump who yelled and tried to humiliate Zelensky. In fact, Trump said, "I love Norway." And he said, "It's beautiful. We have a great relationship. I'm glad you're here." Referred to Støre as the great prime minister of the Kingdom of Norway. And was overall very hospitable, very friendly, very complimentary of Norway. And I'm kind of curious what Norwegians are thinking about all of this, because obviously the United States and Donald Trump and the Trump government has done a lot of things to really make most of the world really angry, really pissed off at us. The United States, we threatened tariffs against Norway specifically, and an intent to hurt Norway, you could say. So when Norwegians hear that this meeting between Trump and the Norwegian Prime Minister was so great, and Trump said, "I love Norway, I love Norway," it's like, what's going on here? I'm curious what Norwegians think about this, so I want to take a look at this Reddit discussion. We're going to start off with a little video clip of a Norwegian talking about this.
Trump loves Norway. That's all the headlines in Norway this weekend after our Prime Minister visited the White House. It was profoundly weird, but Trump kept talking about how much he loves Norway.
So this was big news in Norway, right? It was in headlines, and it's like, Trump loves Norway. And yeah, that must have come across as kind of weird, right?
And what a great leader our Prime Minister is. I wonder what he likes the most. Is it that our Prime Minister is a social democrat and that we have free healthcare for all? Is it that we have strong labor unions which protect workers and secure fair wages? Maybe Trump likes that it's hard to buy assault weapons here and that our incarceration rates are about 1/10 of the US. Or maybe he likes that the
I see. I see what his point is. This is a very good point. Norway is very different from the United States. You're a very different country. And even if we're just looking at your politics and your policies and your social programs, Norway is very, very, very different from the United States and Donald Trump as our president. So it's a good question. What is Trump? Is Trump being authentic? Is he being genuine when he says, "I love Norway"? Because Norway really does a lot of things sort of the opposite of what Trump would do.
diversity, equity, and inclusion is actually mandated by law here. Maybe Trump likes that Norwegian parents get a full year of paid parental leave, including 15 weeks that is set aside for the father.
Oh
Maybe
my
it's the free
God.
universities or the
Oh my God, this is just making me remember all the incredible stuff that you have in Norway. Oh my God. More difficult to buy guns, protected workers, lower incarceration rates. I know Norwegian prisons are amazing.
US. Or maybe he likes that diversity, equity, and inclusion is actually mandated by law here. Maybe Trump likes that Norwegian parents get a full year of paid parental leave, including 15 weeks that is set aside for the father.
All the parental leave? Oh my God, I could never imagine. But you better believe Donald Trump is not about to implement any of these ideas, that's for sure.
Maybe it's the free universities or the Department of Education, which, yes, we do in fact have, even though Trump has insinuated otherwise. Or perhaps Trump likes the law that says that all Norwegians should have access to nature, no matter who owns the land.
Oh,
I love
yeah.
that law. Supposedly, Trump asked many questions about our beloved King Harald. Maybe he read the speech our king gave a few years back when he said that Norwegians are girls who love girls, boys who love boys, girls and boys who love each other, Norwegians pray to God, Allah, or to nothing. It's hard to say exactly why Trump loves Norway so much, but perhaps he should come visit. He might be inspired, and maybe it's a bit different than he thinks.
Yeah, seems that way. I don't think Trump really knows most of that stuff about Norway, to be honest. So it does beg the question, if Norway does so many things really differently than what Trump would do, um, what do Norwegians think about all this? Like, are you complimented? Are you happy? Maybe the U.S. and Norway can be allies with Trump and Jonas Gahr Store, and or are you like skeptical? Like, I don't buy it, and I don't like the fake compliments, or maybe they're real compliments. I don't know. So start off with what Norwegians are saying about this. Trump only likes the $1 trillion sovereign wealth fund. Oh, the 1 trillion US dollar that the wealth fund has invested in the US market? Really? I didn't even know that. The Norwegian oil fund, the sovereign wealth fund. That's $1 trillion of that is in the United States stock market. I didn't realize it was that much. Oh my God. That's really, really significant. So Norway is invested in a lot of US companies then. Everything else is marginal. It's not that he doesn't understand the politics. It's more like that doesn't matter. He would love Iran or the DPRK if they had that kind of liquidity in the United States. So this Norwegian is saying Trump doesn't really care about all the social issues and the policies and or the Norwegian politics or any of that stuff. Trump likes that Norway is rich and Norway invests a lot of money in the United States. It's kind of like the CEO of a company going to its investors and trying to make its investors happy. Norway is literally an investor in the United States, and Trump wants Norway to be happy. Is that what it is? I think you're probably right. The wealth fund is one of the things that have made Trump happy. Interesting. I didn't even know about that, but that seems very likely to me as well. That'd be a huge reason. Maybe Trump wants to buy Svalbard. I shouldn't be laughing. Trump wants Greenland, Canada. Why not Svalbard? Yeah. 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 I think he has a crush on Jens. The He was the general of NATO, according to Trump. He was the general of NATO rather than the secretary general. Okay. But yeah, that's a former prime minister of Norway who was also at the meeting. I know that Jens Stoltenberg and Trump have some kind of prior history, perhaps. That's a reason why Trump likes Norway. He likes Jens Stoltenberg, perhaps. The Nobel Peace Prize is what Trump is after. Really? You think so? I wouldn't be shocked if he cares about that kind of stuff. I'm sure he would love a Nobel Peace Prize. Actually, I'm sure he'd love that. Man. He would only invite Norwegians among the first foreign leaders this period if there's something in it for him. Abroad, they think it is the Norwegian politicians who decide who wins Nobel Peace Prizes. So this Norwegian thinks Donald Trump is trying to get favor with the Norwegian government to win a Nobel Peace Prize. That's an interesting theory. The Norwegian press has talked about this. I think it is the main reason why Trump was licking our ass. Usually we say kissing our butt. But during his last term, Trump stated he deserved a peace prize. Now he says he's making peace in Ukraine and thinks the Prime Minister of Norway can affect the decision of the Nobel Committee. He can't, by the way. That could be. I'm sure that's a contributing reason why Trump is being very friendly to Norway. I'm sure he would like a peace prize. I never thought of that either. I didn't know about this oil fund investment in America or the peace wanting a peace prize. He's friends with Jens Stoltenberg. He likes rich white people. Probably. Norway equals money. Everyone knows that. But it also helps that he brought with him Stoltenberg, who's been the boss of NATO. So he wants in good with Stoltenberg and NATO. Trump likes any country that has a right wing. Perhaps, don't most countries have at least some kind of right wing, though? Went to grad school with him. Oh, the guy who made the video at the beginning, the guy who made this discussion. Trump wants the oil. Isn't that obvious? The oil. The oil. The oil. Maybe. We produce some oil in the United States. America gets a lot of oil from Canada. Do we get a lot of oil from Norway? I don't know. I know Norway supplies a lot of oil to Europe. It's a long way from Norway to the United States. I wouldn't be shocked if part of it. These are all good reasons. I'll say one thing so far that I've noticed, right? None of the Norwegians here are saying, I think Trump just loves Norway because Trump really appreciates our culture and our policies and our people. Nobody is saying that. No Norwegian seems to believe Trump is being genuine when he says, I love Norway. And it's like, just thinking about Norwegian culture here for a second, Norwegians take time to make friends. It takes time for you guys to build trust. It's a very good thing. So when Trump comes and says, I love you, it's like, it's too much. It's too over the top. It doesn't come across as genuine. I agree with that. What else here? I love Norway too. Just tell Tangerine Palpatine, that's Trump, not to come on a Sunday because Norway is closed. Trump likes whatever the last person he got along with represents. If he spoke with the Swedish Prime Minister, he would switch sides and say he likes Sweden. So he just likes whoever he thinks will benefit him, basically. Yes, Trump definitely thinks of himself as a master negotiator and people person, and it does seem like he's trying to please Norway here. I think Trump was brown-nosing. Right, that's exactly what I'm saying. Brown-nosing, kissing up. It's possible that Trump saying he loves Norway because he wants a part of it for himself, Svalbard. Trump has not really said anything about Svalbard specifically, but we can't rule it out entirely with what he said about Greenland, right? In Canada. He's behaving like a narcissist and psychopath, licking people's butts. A lot of Norwegians here think Trump is being disingenuous here. He loves our wealth fund. Not what it means to us, but what it could do for him. These are the reasons I love Norway. By God, I hope to find a pathway for my family. Wow. He likes white people. The orange clown loves Norway oil and gas. Norway could be important for U.S. national security. Maybe he wants to buy Norway? That's never going to happen. I mean, it's definitely, obviously, at this point, with how many countries we have pissed off and made hate us, the United States needs as many allies as we can get. So, from just a very basic point of view, maybe Trump is finally trying to make some friends, like with Norway. there's obviously, and maybe he just wants to be friends with Norway because it's good to have friends, but it could very well go deeper than that. There's a lot of great points Norwegians are saying in this discussion. He wants Svalbard. He likes the sovereign wealth fund, the investment Norway has in America. He has a crush on Jens Stoltenberg. He wants the Nobel Peace Prize. He likes rich people, white people. He likes money. Norway has money. Very interesting. And I think a lot of these have really valid concerns and criticisms here. But yeah, it's not often that the United States government says something about Norway so visibly. So when Trump came out and said, "I love Norway, I love it," that was big news. And so I really wanted to hear what Norwegians took away from this and how you guys are feeling about this. And this gave me a much, much better idea. This is just one discussion. This doesn't represent all Norwegians, of course, but in this Reddit discussion, it feels like the Norwegians here don't appreciate it, don't like it, don't believe it, and think Trump is up to something. Basically, that's the takeaway. So, really interesting stuff. Anyway, if you enjoyed this as well, feel free to give this video a like. Or if you're Norwegian and you have a thought on this, please leave a comment with your opinion on this. That'd be really cool to hear about. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Norway and learning about Norwegian culture and seeing things from Norway I have never seen before, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching and see you next time.